Hello everyone. Alright, I'm gonna just try to make this as quick as possible. Not the stream. I'm gonna try to make setting up as quick as possible. So, I got my window. Let me set up my window capture, see if everything's good. Oh my god, this is crazy. Ignore that. Ignore this chat. We need a window capture. We need this. And we need to go right here. Okay. I think that's good. Let me set up chat. Welcome, Ghost Parker and Spring. Holy, okay. So yeah, I guess they just decided to put patch notes out of nowhere for 1.2 update. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's kind of insane. So we got, oh my god, I picked up my controller. We got patch notes. We got a lot, and I mean a lot of fixes. Okay, I saw a spawn. I saw the word Mako Mart and I saw the word spawn position. So this might be stages, but we'll see. I haven't gone that far yet. I haven't read this whole thing. I read like almost half of it, maybe a bit less than half of it. And I decided, you know what? I'm not going to make a video on this. I'm just going to stream it. So welcome everyone that's here. Nintendo's announced a major update for Splatoon, which will bring the game to version 1.2.0. Players will be able to access it on October 25th. That's tomorrow. Nintendo's promising improvements to data transfers. Okay, yada yada yada. Fun fact, the main changes are actually the least important part of this update. Isn't that kind of funny? Like, Nintendo's main advertisements are like communication stuff, and that's not even the main point of it. But yeah, here we are. All right, amiibo support, of course. Let's go. That's always appreciated. New amiibo, nice. Data transfer, sure, whatever. Player being dealt damage to them being defeated is nice. That's basically just better. Basically better servers. Changes to multiplayer is obviously like the main thing here. These are like actual patch notes to weapons and stuff. These are all solid changes for however few there are for some reason. These are all solid changes. Nerfing Fizzy is awesome. It says increase the time it takes for ink to start recovering after using a Fizzy Bomb. So in case you guys don't know, or you don't play Splatoon that often and you don't really like think about it, when you throw a bomb, there's like a little gray box above your current ink with an X in it, and it'll like deplete, and then you start recovering ink. That's basically what this is talking about. So basically now you can't recover ink after using a Fizzy for a quarter of a second longer, which is awesome. That's really cool. That means that Fizzy spam is going to be a lot less of a problem. Then all three of these are actually just like, oh my god, Nintendo's listening. They didn't nerf YouTuber, and they nerfed Flingza, which is awesome. Reflux, which is awesome. Indirect nerf to missiles, because it's two of the three missile weapons in this game, and both of the best outputting ones. And Machine, which is already a dominating weapon, which they also fixed. I'll get to that later, but it's dominating right now in the meta. And they just nerfed all of Machine. Because I'll get down later. Kind of a spoiler, not really, because we're gonna go through it anyway. But they nerfed Machine's hitbox, which is awesome. You can't hit people through thin floors or walls anymore, which is awesome. Hold on, let me just make sure this stream is good, because it was like messed up for some reason. Oh yeah, we're good. All right, I think we're good. All right, and then Yeah, they just nerfed all of Machine because Machine's kit is Machine Fizzy Booyah. They nerfed its Booyah. They gave it more points. They nerfed its Fizzy and they nerfed its actual thing. So Machine's going to be toned down now, but not bad. That's kind of where it should be. I like that. That's good. Oh my god, that's crazy. Meta Summon players, this is Splatfest stuff. It's just better matchmaking, fresh stuff, not gameplay stuff. Other changes. This is where it gets kind of big. Kind of. Because it says, the main one here, for me at least, is improve the efficiency of matchmaking, which is awesome. That just means, better matchmaking. Let's go. Several adjustments to curtail to a certain extent the style of play, where the player stays far removed from the action and continue. Wait, what? Where the player stays far removed from the action and continuing. I didn't read that part. Wait. So they listened to Chara. Chara said that the meta of this game is good right now. But, Chara said that the fast meta is good, that there's 3 types of metas. There's fast, there's anti-fast, and there's slow. Oh, what? Hello, Paladin. I didn't see your message. Sorry. Welcome to the stream. He said the slow one was bad for the game. It's just spamming bombs. That's literally what they're saying here. Did Chara write this, bro? Honestly, that'd be kind of nice if he did. I mean, wow. Okay, Nintendo's actually listening to us. That's kind of crazy. Issue where movements were unable to be reproduced smoothly due to the terrain. A process to instantaneously move them would not run, causing them to stay in a displaced position for a long time. I do not know what that means in any way. Super jumping, gear building, man. That's a buff to brushes, actually. Buff to brushes right here. So let's go. Issue that making it easier to interrupt the player's attack and turn back into swim form when repeatedly pressing ZR to attack while holding ZL when using brushes or sloshes. Oh. Okay. Interesting nerf, but I don't think they really needed that, but okay. Change the player's pose when they attack right after a squid searches squid roll away from a wall while having charger or stringer equipped so that the direction they're facing and the direction the shot actually travels are not as different. Interesting. Alright, nice. Is stamp fixed? We'll get to that. Did you guys see my community post? Wait, did I post that? I posted that, right? I think I posted that. Did you see my community post? It's fixed. It's fixed. Yeah, Edgewood, I saw your comment. I was asking if Paladin didn't see it because he asked if stamp was fixed. Maybe don't go there. Maybe we'll just yeah, we'll just read through it because there's like 8 stamp buffs, just 8. That's not bad. Whatever. Issue where aiming a charger with a scope attached while pressed up against an obstacle. Obstacles become transparent in some cases, they shouldn't be. Okay. Issue with slosher with weapon use sound effect. That's a sound effect thing. No one cares. Fix an issue. Blob lobbers so the blobs would not be lobbed when used while submerged and aiming upward. Interesting. Issue with glue good. Dude, I don't know. Okay, we're not even gonna look at that because I don't know what this weapon is. Issue with firing glue duelies and dodge rolling repeatedly, where low damage shots can be fired at the moment of second slide. See, the funny thing is, I've never experienced any of these. It's funny. Like, good they fixed it, but also, why? Stringer buffs? Stringer nerfs. They nerf reflux. I haven't finished the fixes though, so maybe there are. We'll see. They buffed tent. They buffed tent. It's closer to you now, which is nice because the shield's bigger in this game. It'll protect you better. So they buffed tent. Hopefully they fix the net code with it and stuff and umbrellas, but we'll see. They patched the Splatoon glitch. So if you guys didn't know, They patched. Oh, Paladin, you were here for that. Yeah, they buffed reflux, or they nerfed it from 200p to 210p. That's all. But they nerfed the Splatoon glitch. If you guys didn't know what the Splatoon glitch is every 6 swipes, you would get a thick swipe, right? That would paint better than the thin swipes. And you could actually, like, since it was every 6, if you saw the thick swipe, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since charge slashes, it's a whole video on it. But if I'm explaining it like really fast, basically there's a counter from 0 to 5 on Splatonas. It's set to a random amount at the beginning of every match, and you can tune to the thick swipe, which will just straight up make the weapon paint better. But I guess that was unintended because it got patched, which is interesting. Splatana Stamper, sure. Moving long distances, Zip Taster. I've never see, like, I'm an Octobrush main and I've never experienced this. Who's experiencing these? I mean, I guess that's what playtesters are for, right? Like, I mean, it's better them patching it and me not experiencing it than experiencing a lot and them not patching it, right? Fixes to multiplayer. Here's where we're interested. Use certain terrain with a bomb or the random explosion would award more points than intended. That's a turf war thing. No one cares. I mean, I guess Rainmaker, but it's a painting thing. No one cares. Fix an issue where inking the walls of some objects would charge the special gauge. I'm thinking specifically right now, I'm thinking Sturgeon and Museum. Because I'm pretty sure I've seen those before. Fill up my special gauge. Fix an issue with blaster shots to produce the same shockwave as a mid-air explosion when hitting tactical or stamp. Indirect stamp and tactical or buffs. Nice, because blaster's actually good in this game. Rollers with ink surfaces they weren't touching when rolling in a way that clips into certain terrain. Maybe. I don't know. I don't play roller that often. I don't roll into walls with roller that often. Machine spot. This is huge, dude. These 2 paragraphs, sentences, whatever, are so huge. Machine got nerfed. The actual main weapon got nerfed. It can't deal damage with the spiral through surfaces anymore. That's huge. And now, deal damage when hitting an opponent inside an ink vacuum area. So this is basically saying, before you could like hit, you could like aim sort of upward and shoot it in a spiral over the vacuum, and it would kill the vacuum player. But I guess now you can't do that. Bomb remains location when hitting umbrella at the moment it closes, regardless of damage dealt to the umbrella. I don't know what that means, but I guess that's umbrella buff or nerf. I don't actually know. Bomb would remain in its location when hitting umbrella at the moment it closes, regardless of damage dealt to the umbrella. I don't know what that means. Fix an issue with Splatana in close contact with the tower control tower cause the ink to disappear when it hit the tower. I did not know that was a thing. Burst bombs could disappear without activating when hitting certain terrain. I didn't know that was a thing. Point sets or toxic mist could disappear without activating. Cool. Splash wall immediately disappear placed in a certain location. Neat. Fix an issue on some stage where a Booyah Bomb's blast would not ink the ground correctly. This was another one I wanted to go over. It's really cool. Basically, before the Booyah Bomb, if you threw a Booyah at the wall and like the very tip of it as it was expanding fully hit the ground, it wouldn't paint the ground. But I guess now it will. Issue where Ultra Stamp would not block enemy bombs blast waves. That's a stamp buff. We're getting into the stamp buffs. So let's have a little counter here. Blocks bombs better against chargers. Repeated stamping attack, where there would be moments in which direct attacks could not deal damage to the opponent. They buffed its hitbox. Prevent Ultra Stamps from properly inking the ground. Inking the ground? That's the one thing it was good at. Alright, that's another buff. And then let's scroll down a bit. Ultra Stamps repeated stamping attack to deal damage to enemies on the other side of walls. That's actually a nerf. But I've never seen that in my life. So, okay. Stamp mid-air spinning attack could not deal damage to opponents on the ground. That's a huge nerf. That was one of the biggest things about it. Issue that allowed Ultra Stamp's mid-air spinning attack to deal enemies. I did not know that was a thing either. Hitting terrain at the instant the stamp is thrown would cause an explosion in a different location than where it hit. That's weird, but I guess that's a buff because now you can be more accurate. Throw attack when aimed at an opponent on aggregating. That's also a nerf. Wait a second. Hold up. There's just a lot of the word ultra stamp in here, I guess. Never mind. Well, they buffed this hitbox, so that doesn't matter. But that's all that matters. Let's go. All right. Alright, let's see. Killer Whale, Megaphone, we're skipping the Tricycle one, because I don't care. Killer Whale, Megaphone targeting a lockdown opponent who is splatted during its active period would move? Does it mean, like, when it kills the opponent, it, like, starts waving out? Because I thought that was what it was supposed to do, but okay. Fixed near the wave breaker, which waves will not be visible if placed in a location with a height difference, even in the area of effect. So they nerfed the wave breaker, okay. So basically, wave breaker, you know how it works. It has a certain distance up and go, certain distance down it can go. If it reaches the area, say this is like a wall surface, right? If this is the max height for the wave, you'll still see the wave on the wall, but there will be a tiny, tiny bit of the wave, sometimes invisible, that can still hit you because its hitbox is like the tiniest bit bigger than the visual effect. So it could still hit you, even if you couldn't see it. So I guess they patched that. Nice. Wave breaker overlapping an opponent's splash wall could cause it to disappear on the opponent's screen. Okay. They're doing a lot of like netcode and server fixes here, which is nice. Tactical activating the same moment of previously placed appears would cause both to disappear. Okay. Fixing the appearance of place tactical that inclines at an angle due to moving terrain would differ from its collision detection. Interesting. Fix an issue where, if a player is splatted directly before a tactical effect runs out, special case reduction would remain normal even though the player still has a shortened respawn time. Nice. Implemented measures to prevent players from clipping into terrain when a tactical is placed in certain corners. Nice. Fix an issue where the gear ability comeback was also activating for respawns from the player falling off the stage or into water. I had never seen that before. Fix an issue mode where the borderlines of the zones were difficult to see on certain stages. I saw that last night. I was playing Mart Zones, and I was like, okay, I forgot. I know this was a Splatoon 2 stage. I should know, but where does the zone end? So I guess that's nice that they say that now. Then, Rainmaker, this one's actually like a huge change, because in the game right now, if you play a game of Rainmaker, if you die right before you like place the Rainmaker on the pedestal, the final pedestal, by the way, not the checkpoint, the final pedestal, it'll be at 3. It'll stay at 3 no matter what, but I guess it'll be at 1 now. I guess that was unintended, sure. And over time, the Rainmaker were an announcement. This one I saw. I have a few clips of it on the Switch, where when you lose the lead, it'll say, we've taken the lead in overtime. It's confusing. Buying gear from merch where the price becomes 0? Where did it say that? I didn't see that. Did I like scroll past it, or are you looking at the patch notes? Oh, at bottom? Like bottom of the entire thing? Oh my god, there's so many. Oh, wow, okay, there are a lot. Wow, I guess we're going through here. I saw Mahi Mahi. I saw Mahi Mahi. Did they make Mahi Mahi better? Did they change the stage? Maybe. Literature class. You're not there yet. You're my yet. Alright. Yeah, I saw the lead one. That was something. And then, tops of signboards that show areas the Rainmaker is restricted from entering would block ink shots. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Fix an issue Rainmaker with the player would get the Rainmaker. The instant barrier is broken. I read this one. I didn't get it, so we're gonna skip past it. Collision glitch. Overtime glitch I've never experienced. Scorch Gorge. Terrain glitch. Oh, this is the first of the stage changes. Remove the box on top of the grating in the underworld undertow spillway stage and splat zones because of an issue where attacks would pass between the box and the terrain despite it looking like it blocked attacks from below. Interesting. Fixed an issue in Mincemeat where part of a player's model would clip into certain terrain. This next one is huge. You ready? This is how scary Nintendo is with their patches in this game. The Mincemeat crab tank glitch was discovered 5 days ago. And they patched it already. So, if we ever want to have fun with a glitch, then it's going to be a lot more difficult to spread word now. Because if you don't know, you can use crab tank. I'm sure you've seen the video. It's a popular video. But you can use a crab tank. As the crab tank's about to end, press B to jump, and you can jump on top of the wall of Mincemeat, and then you can get to mid in a broken spot. That's why people were saying give Hydra crab tank now. That was funny. But yeah, they patched that already. That's scary. Fixed an issue in Hagglefish Market where the position of the box placed on the metal grate near the starting point was displaced from the grate. I didn't see that. Hagglefish Market and Towers control mode slightly adjusted the route of the tower. We're already getting tower route changes. Wow. And fixed an issue where the player would become unable to move on top of the small gap between the tower and the terrain. Ink blot where the wave breaker placed along a certain wall would break immediately. And the ink blot... They adjusted the ink blot tower road too? Interesting. Fixed an issue in Mahi Mahi in Tower where an area impassable to players would appear mid-air when the water level dropped? What? What is that? I don't know. Fixed an issue in Mahi Mahi Resort Stage and Rainmaker mode where certain locations the score count would not change as intended. Oh. Well, that's it for Mahi Mahi, guys. Yeah, the patch is coming tomorrow. Sturgeon. Part of the back of the drawbridges was unable to be inked, where players were again able to get on top of a pipe outside the stage boundaries. I don't know that. Using Zipcaster. They patched the Zipcaster glitch too? The Sturgeon Zipcaster glitch. They patched it already? Oh my god, they're on top of things in this game. Wow. Wow. Using the Zipcaster lower part of the stage, players could pass through certain terrain. So in case you didn't know, go to the white box in your enemy's space. Use the Zipcaster in midair. Zipcast. If you Zipcasted pixel perfect, you could go in between and then jump, and you're at the enemy's base. That was broken. But they patched it. Yay. Fixed an issue in Sturgeon Tower, where players could be pushed inside terrain by the tower. Fixed Rainmaker, where certain off-limits locations were accessible. Fixed Rainmaker, where score count would not change as intended. Fixed Sturgeon Tricolor, where a box placed on a metal grate had no collision detection at its bottom surface. Interesting. Fixed an issue in Museum. Wow, there's 4 museum fixes. Where the thin legs of the bronze statues would block ink, contrary to their appearance. Fixed an issue in Museum where the top of the revolving doors were treated as outside the stage. Fixed an issue in Museum where shots would penetrate some of the terrain outside the stage. Interesting. I've never seen that. Fixed an issue where players were unable to swim on the walls of the rotating doors despite looking like they had been inked. Oh my god, there's a lot of Museum. Wow. Fix an issue in Museum in Rainmaker where players were not able to ink part of the terrain. I cannot talk right now. Smash Bros. Fan, you just, missed some of the biggest changes in this game. It's fine. You can just watch the VOD. We're 25 minutes in. It's not going to be a super long stream. But, yeah. Nice. Also, hello, Keon. And Smash Bros. Fan. Fixed Rainmaker and Clam Blitz, where players were able to climb on top of the revolving doors. Interesting. I've never seen that. Fixed an issue in Museum Clam Blitz, where some of the clams that spawn in the middle of the stage would not be shown the turf map. Interesting. Fixed an issue in Mart, where players could stand on top of the surrounding fence. What? I had never seen that. And the Make Most in Zones, Tower, and Clam Blitz adjusted the spawn beginning positions and fixed an issue where part of the stealing would be displayed on the screen. Interesting. Fixed Wahoo, where trying to super jump to certain locations would result in landing in a slightly displaced position. Fixed Wahoo's Tower, where certain objects would appear inkable even though they're not. Interesting. Alright, so that's all for the multiplayer, I guess. Now we're moving on to Salmon Run. Nice. Fix an issue where player hitboxes. So now we're on Salmon Run. Fix an issue where player hitboxes in life ring form was smaller than intended. Fix an issue where multiple arrows would appear within the screen as the same player signal help this way repeatedly and made it so that there would only be one arrow from a single player. Interesting. Fix an issue where the launch umbrella would have a large rebound when making contact near a salmon's head. Umbrella fixes. Nice. Fix an issue again would slow down players in inkjet to reach the top. Ooh! Nice. Nice. Alright. They fixed the inkjet stalling glitch. Nice. Yes! I've seen them fall out from a fly fish. They fixed that. Nice. Moths near the water or certain terrain would be blown far into the air. That's a crab tank thing. That was so funny. Fix an issue where player that touched the side surface of moths where they splatted. I've seen that. That happened to me once too. Wow, they're really on top of stuff. They really, guys, Nintendo watches YouTube. Can you believe it? That's crazy. Nintendo watches the popular YouTube videos. Wow. Roller run speed up? No, okay, Paladin. Wait, where are we? We're on Salmon Run. These are all the weapon changes they made. They nerfed Fizzy. They nerfed Roller. They nerfed Roller, Machine, and Reflux. And they nerfed the Machine glitch. Those are the only weapon things they fixed. Oh wow, okay, we have a lot left still. Let's see here. Fix an issue where players could... Oh! Really? Right here. This one. This was showcased on YouTube, where they're not gonna patch Fry's forehead. I didn't expect that, but oh, that came out of nowhere. That was good. All right. You guys have a sense of humor tonight. See that? Alright. Slave and Lamb may become unable to move if it touched a fish stick. Interesting. Oh, right. I never explained this. So basically, if you haven't seen that YouTube video either, basically, with a flipper flopper, if you weren't like directly in the middle and the zone wasn't capped, you could just ink very like right below you, just one droplet, and jump in inkling form as it attacked, and you wouldn't die. But now you do. Nice. Slam lid, yeah, we got that one. Player riding on a slam lid would rarely be launched far away. I always got launched far away, but okay. Pushes the stage terrain when attacked by a Kozuna. Interesting. Fixed an issue where players could avoid taking damage by jumping when a Kozuna did its jump attack, regardless of whether they were in the attack area or not. I didn't know that. Nice. And so the Kozunas will not attempt to do jump attacks against players on top of a fish stick. Nice. Fixed an issue in the co-op charge event where players were unable to mount the cannons. I'd never seen that. Goldie Seeking where launched umbrella wouldn't activate a gusher it touched. Interesting. Showing Griller event where Griller's red laser sight would be shown if a player was resurrected by a bomb at the last second before a crew wipe. Fix an issue in the Mudmouth Eruptions event where players would clip into the Mudmouth right before it spawned and be splattered. Interesting. Fix an issue with a giant tornado when playing in a bad communication environment where the box containing golden eggs would appear or be positioned as intended. Fix an issue where players would not be able to get their special badge upon arriving at an extra wave at max hazard level. Fix an issue where players would not be able to receive Grizzco points correctly when the shift schedule is updated while playing a job. Fix an issue when reporting a player from the goods go terminal where the number of deliveries was not shown correctly. Oh, that's what the vectors are for assists. Interesting. Okay. Fix the problem where simultaneously pressing certain buttons at the reward pickup window would cause the game to crash. Crash? Okay then. Okay then. Story mode. Interesting. Fix a rare issue where ink wheels would not reappear. Implemented measures to prevent the game from crashing on stages where octoling enemies appear. Fixing an issue where using splash down off the edge of a cliff would cause player controls to stop working. Interesting. Calling expands special attack while used at the Zipcaster. Bro, this was in the Nintendo Land video today. Nintendo, how? Oh my god. And not get the collectibles? I didn't see that. I'd never seen that before. But they said if the schedule changes while you were playing a job, then maybe not. So I guess maybe that happened. But I don't know. So in case you guys didn't see this, basically, if you zip casted onto a surface and you pass through a can special, specifically an after alterna, it's easiest to do there. You would like freeze in midair and you would start falling really, really slowly. It was weird. But some stages with time limits where after the player lost their armor due to an enemy attack and time ran out at the same time as the armor was destroyed, player would lose control of their character, but the stage wouldn't be counted as a loss. Oh, that's not good. Fixing an issue that can prevent the game from progressing when entering a pipeline immediately after throwing small fry at a fuzzball. Oh! Speedruns are invalid. So basically before right now before the update comes out, if you throw small fry at a fuzzball and he's like consuming the ink, if you go through the pipeline to enter the next site while he's doing that, it won't trigger a cutscene. And skipping the cutscenes, the deep cut cutscene, saves like 5 minutes. So that's something. I guess now that there's like versions of speedruns now. That's interesting. Hello, Lanny. That's interesting. So I guess speedruns are just 5 minutes longer now. Actually, no, because you can just close the game to skip the cutscene. But still, that's like a minute added. That's crazy. Touching an upward dash track repeatedly can move the player outside of the stage. That's weird. Player being splattered restarting the stage with small fires thrown into a flutter would cause the flutter to no longer ink the ground. Interesting. Issue with the player being splattered restarting the stage just before a balloon fish exploded would cause the bomb's fish area to shift and, depending on the stage, making clearing the stage difficult. Interesting. Or just don't update the game. Yeah, that's what people do with Odyssey, right? With Mario Odyssey. They just 1.0. No Wi-Fi, so they don't have to update. Fix an issue where quickly moving a lift on a stage where octodiscos appeared would cause the game to crash. What? Alterna Site 1 Stage 6 where enemies originally meant to appear were not appearing? Interesting. Alterna Site 4 Stage 6 where bringing a certain target just before falling out of the stage would prevent the next target from spawning. Is that the Dapple Doilies one? I don't know. Players not placed at any team could still earn conch shells. Interesting. Just the color of ink when color lock is on during tricolors. Interesting. Fix an issue when a team had synergy bonus related to hairstyles when the name display would differ from the actual hairstyle. Interesting. Okay, so none of those mattered. Other fixes. Fix an issue where ability changes due to secondary gear abilities would not be immediately reflected when changing gear in the lobby. Fix an issue where after finishing a battle and choosing change gear, then go reading amiibo just before the countdown timer ran out would prevent the game from proceeding. Fixed a number of issues relating to the player's species changing while when reading amiibo. You can't be an Inkdoling anymore. Or an Octoling. I don't know. I think Inkdoling sounds better. All runs before the patch will be invalid. I don't know if invalid, but there will have to be a current version category now. Online mode adjusted, yeah. Alright. Splatoon terms. What due to patch notes I'm reading right now have to Turf Force story mode or other battle. These are other fixes. So they could just they could just be related to anything. Oh, here's the merch one. When buying gear from merch, purchase gear will now be marked as new. Interesting. Fix an issue where buying merch when the price becomes 0. That's nice. Fix an issue to prevent the game from proceeding while talking to merch. Repeatedly pressing the B button when the ability chunk screen is displayed. Interesting. Fix an issue the name of the Squid 3 logo and Octopus 3 logo stickers were switched. Uh-oh. Pressing ZL to check an item's info, Hot Atlantis, where depending on that example, it should be scattered. Interesting. Fixing the photo mode and the Y button's camera reset would not work. Image shown as a preview, and the photo actually saved to the album would differ greatly when shooting at certain camera angles. Interesting. Fixing the issue with joining and dropping in friends, where everyone is pressed ready and putting certain controls to cause matchmaking not to proceed even after the timer reaches 0. Fixing the issue after joining and dropping in friends, where opening the lobby menu at a certain time would make the controls stop working and ultimately disband everyone. That's a dark way to say that. Don't fully understand all the modes and things. Oh, it's fine. You just have to be here. Picking up an item obtained via Splatnet 3 at the lobby terminal, where a connection error when receiving the item could make you unable to obtain the item until re-entering the controls to obtain the item. Splatnet 3. Fix an issue when playing a battle on Salmon Run or at the shoal with the user who is not using network features, where a connection error could occur when equipping the splash tag background or title other than those owned from the start. Fix an issue where other players could see you wearing different gear if you change your equipment right before. Oh, they also patched desync? They patched weapon desync? How do you patch that? Is that patchable? What? Bro, Nintendo's got some crazy programmers out there, just saying. Fix an issue with the damage shown on the test range targets or the copy machine would be slightly lower than the actual damage. Fix an issue with lock editing where some weapons would not stabilize after being placed. Error message would not just properly display after a connection error occurred while exchanging card bits in the deck editor. Issue where the post display option is set to off, the player's hand drawn post that was saved partway through drawing would be displayed rather than the drawings prepared in advance. All players can access it starting on October 25th. Wow. That's a patch. That is indeed a patch. Wow. That is a lot of changes. That's a lot of changes. Nintendo ninjas and Nintendo nerds. Yeah, good changes in general. I kind of want to boot up the game to just see how these go, though. To see, like, to kind of show you guys how big of a problem these were sometimes. So I'm gonna... Patching desync? It was a private battle thing. So it's not gonna be huge, but it was really fun to have it. It wasn't like... I was just surprised they patched it because it's a visual thing. It's purely visual. It doesn't actually affect gameplay. It just looks funny. Like, you could select Aerospray and then select range and do the desync glitch and just have like a bunch of range shots coming out at once. It was funny. It didn't affect gameplay, but I don't know. Ad for DQ chicken strips? They're pretty good, man. I'm just kidding. I've never had them. Yeah, speedrun community's gotta be mad. I'm gonna boot up the game real quick. And we're gonna